Welcome to Creative We Shoot Films. Today we're going to talk about audio recorders. Expensive one, cheap ones, and which one is best for you. Let's get into it. I keep telling people audio is so important for your movies or your skits, anything narrative. We have 3 recorders we're going to show today. We have H1N. Now this is the new version of the H1N. Step up from that is the good old trusty H4N. This bad boy is no joke. It's been with me a long time. I've had it since 2010 and it's still kicking. And I'm talking about it's been thrown everywhere. This thing is rough and rugged, for real though. And if you want to get to the next level, we have the Zoom F4. Now the Zoom F4, it's a bit more pricey. All right, so with the Zoom F4, you have 4 inputs. You know what I mean? You got a nice little screen there. You can turn it on from the wall or have internal batteries or get a power bank. You just gotta get the right type of power bank. It also has time code, in and out. This is your professional recorder. Like, this is no joke. It can record in all kind of flavors. You got 4 independent inputs. The knobs are a bit small, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? This is a great recorder. I really love it. And if you wanted to, you could also just use this, hook it up to your computer, and this will be your sound card. You can put your microphone through it, hook up your speakers, and this will do it all for you. I wouldn't use it for that, to tell you the truth. This is I'm not gonna go crazy and break down every piece of thing this thing does, because it does a lot. It really is a professional, solid piece of equipment. It is kind of heavy though, so it depends on what you do. I think this is more better for like on set. This is not for your running gun situations. At least it isn't for me. One thing I don't like is the headphones. I would like them to have a little more power, but it's still cool. But it is an amazing sounding recording. It gives you you're more likely not to distort your audio on this because it gives you a lot of headroom. But that's the Zoom F4. If you're looking for something to be on set, 4 recordings at one time, you good with this. It does everything you needed to do. Now, the good old H4N. Now, the Zoom H4N, this is an amazing recorder. It can record 2 tracks, obviously the left and the right. So you do 2 people at one time. It just split them up. You can split it from mono or record stereo. You can record on the top here. The top ones up here record in stereo. You want to record your own sound effects, those are great for that. You get this top for it, put it on the top, and do what you need to do with it. You can use the onboard mics, but if you need, you got 2 XLRs in the bottom, AA battery. You can do it from a power bank. It has a line out. You can also hook this up to your computer, and this can run your microphones and everything out of here. It has built-in effects, limiters and compressors. This thing is an amazing thing. This is more mid-budget, and I would say this is good for running gun as well. I also use this as a wired lavalier when I need to. If I don't have any wireless lavaliers, I'll just hook up a lavalier to this, put it on record. It's got a hold feature, so no matter what button they press, it's not going to interrupt the recording. Hide it, and now you got a wired lavalier. So I use it as that for that also. But again, this is amazing. I had it since 2010, and it still hasn't failed me. And I tend to grab this more than I grab the Zoom F4, the more professional recorder. I tend to grab this because it's just easier, period. That's that. Now, the more budget friendly is the good old H1N. This as well has stereo mics on top that you can record your own sound effects if you want to. Again, you can record, get something like this as well, or something smaller. I'm just saying, and use it as a microphone when you're talking to somebody. This records. I don't usually. This records one person at a time. You can split it up, but you can't control it. Probably. You probably can get a splitter. But you won't be able to control them individually. On the H4n, you can control the levels individually. This one, I mostly just use this for, again, a wired lavalier. Just stick the lavalier in there, and it's small. Hide it, and there you go. The only difference with this one versus this is the newer one, the H1n. I forgot what the other one was called. This one has on the top here, it has the volume controls, and that I don't like, because if you don't tuck it, you're not careful, you could change the volume while you're doing a performance. I haven't had too many issues with it lately, but this is still an amazing recorder for the price. The quality is great. It does have a limiter on this one. I wouldn't use it. Just watch your levels, Make sure your levels are at a good place. But that's it, these are all things that you can get, and it all depends on, it all depends on your budget, But I'll tell you this much about this H4n, yo. It goes through batteries mad fast. So if you're gonna have this on set, or you're gonna have a day of recording, just get a power bank. It's gonna be way easier. You're gonna be switching out batteries all the time with this bad boy, but it is dope. As you see, I got all three, but again, I tend to use this one like 90% of the time, just because it's easier. And that's it. I got everything I need. I make sure my levels are good. Now the next one I would like to get is the Mix Pre 3, is it? The new Mix Pre that has a 32-bit float audio, and that you can't distort the audio pretty much. It's almost impossible to distort the audio. So I definitely want to get into that one. But that's a whole other subject. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about 3 possible audio recorders that'd be good for you. Again, if you're on the run, get the H1n or the H4n. If you're on set, get the Zoom F4 if you can afford it. If not, I would say go for the H4n. The H4n is going to pretty much take care of almost every situation you'll have. It's small, it's lightweight, it's dependable, it's rough and rugged. If it gets thrown around, it does everything you need to do. It really does. It's a powerhouse. But again, the other ones are everything's specific to what you're doing. Sometimes I use the F4, but a lot of times I use the H4n, you know what I mean? And as far as if you don't have wireless lavs, having the H1n, being that it's so small, is great as a wired lav. You can hide it. If you're on a budget, you need like a wired lav, the H1n is gonna do you good. If you got any questions, make sure to leave them down below. I'll answer them. If I didn't cover something, let me know, as y'all sometimes do. Like I said, I am not the guy that's gonna give you all these crazy specs and tell you that it records at 92 hertz, and I ain't doing all that, you know what I mean? I'm a real live user. This is stuff I use every day, and so that's what it is. So we just out here, yo, you know what I mean? Make sure you stay safe, man. The world is in a crazy place. Stay safe, you know what I mean? Keep God first, you know what I mean? And just keep moving forward, all right? All right, again, it's Creative We Shoot Films. I'm out.